Hello and welcome back to the Poolside Chat. My name is Alannah and this is my last episode before I graduate and head over to SUNY Oswego where I'll be majoring in broadcasting and digital media. Today we have Acting Associate Principal Mrs. Ancona as our guest. In this episode we talked about the end of the year, the new scheduling policy, summer fun, and the differences between high school and elementary. Let's dive in. Welcome back. I'm Ancona. This is your first time on the Poolside Chat.
Very happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So just to explain again, like what this show is, it's kind of like a mix of like the Poolside Chat from last year, which is like just like student administrator like talk show, along with one of my old talk shows that I used to have called the Alannah approach, where I like just talk about random topics with whoever I bring on. And then we make like a craft at the same time to like get rid of like the formality of like a conversation.
Fun. I'm looking forward to it.
So today, what we're making are these cute little butterflies. I kind of like whipped it up last night, and I was like, okay, we'll do this. It's like quick and easy. I don't like to do like a hard craft while we're like doing this because I feel like it makes it like too hard when you're like trying to
multitask and focus on the creation.
Like, something simple will make it easy. So just right now, just color the body with whatever color you want.
I like this idea. I will
take the dark
here we go. So I have to say my daughter will be very jealous. My 10-year-old, she just turned 10 a few days ago.
Yeah.
She's in an art club.
She is?
She is, and she is making crafts every single day at the kitchen counter. She has all these really neat creation. So she'll be a little jealous to see this, but she'll be excited at the same time. So,
well, that's cute. I love that. All right. Do you want to just jump into some questions?
Sure, why not?
All right. So I understand that you were a elementary principal.
I was.
You worked at Liverpool Elementary for a while.
For 5 years.
Yeah. What was the transition like going from elementary school to the high school?
Two totally different worlds, but I love them equally the same. So in an elementary building, the principal, if I give it from my perspective, is you're almost like a celebrity. The kids are excited to see you, even if they just saw you 5 minutes ago. Lots of hugs, lots of drawings, lots of cards. So I don't get that many drawings at the high school to tape to my desk. But I loved my time at the elementary school, and it's personal for me because I have 4 kids of my own, and my four children are all different ages, so always can connect to where they're at and where our students are at. But at the high school, one thing that's still the same is I still love talking to our kids. I love chatting with them in the hallways, getting to know them. I just had a student this morning. She came to me. She was all excited about prom. So I just love, building the relationships with our students and supporting them.
And what surprised you the most when you came to the high school?
Oh, just what a busy place it is. And you hear about the opportunities that we have at the high school, but then when you're here and you see the opportunities firsthand, it's really amazing. Like being here on the set, this is really neat what we offer our students. So I'm just really impressed by the opportunities and the programs that we have, and all the innovations that we have coming up in the school. It's really exciting. Can't wait to see Wetzel Road next year. Can't wait to see our new cafeteria. So it's a great place to be.
What's the biggest difference you notice between high school and elementary school?
Aside from those drawings?
Yeah.
Big difference. Well, conversations are obviously very different, with students in elementary, and their learning is very different. Whereas here at the high school, we're preparing students for life outside of school, whether it's for a career or college. And having those meaningful conversations with students. I think of a communication arts student that came to me all throughout the year, and she was sharing with me her aspirations of where she wanted to go after high school, and shared with me really good news recently about her college decision. So the conversations are obviously very different.
Yeah.
And being able to see the journey that the students have all throughout their years here in Liverpool, and we kind of get to see almost like the final product, if you will, of how you turn out to be. So
I like that. I like that you can see the differences and have different conversations.
yeah. So what about you? How about elementary? You're asking me about elementary. Do you have a favorite memory at elementary school? Something that you loved?
Like the back to school picnics or like the end of the year picnics that they would do, like with a bunch of like kids and everything like that. Those were always a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Especially because like at my school, they used to, before like we did like the district wide mascot, like every elementary used to have like their own like mascot and stuff. They used to have like the Nate Perry Panther, because I went to Nate Perry, and we would like chase the panther around. I remember that. And it was like just I think it was like one of the custodians.
Yeah. See, those are the things that kids remember in elementary school. I mean, we did so many fun events, and you have to have fun, right? Those are the moments that kids are going to remember. Obviously school is a place of learning, but they're going to remember that. You remember more about that than probably a math lesson. So
Probably.
I didn't dress up as a mascot as a principal, but I did do the dunk tank. I did do the dunk tank as an elementary principal. Oh, yeah.
You had that at Liverpool? Or like the
At Liverpool Elementary?
Yeah.
Have you been in a dunk tank before?
No, we didn't have that at ours.
Well, it's the kids were really excited to dunk their principal. And it's super cold, but a lot of fun. So, yeah, I did that a few years in a row.
That's fun.
Yeah, good memory. All right, do I have my eye? Okay, let's see here. All right.
Kind of chose a dark color. I probably should have chosen something lighter to see the little smile. So, like,
did you come up with this?
Yeah.
This was your own creation? Mm-hmm. Very cute.
I tend to do a lot of like insects on here, but it's an easy like little craft.
Yeah.
So all you just need to do is add like a smile and like two little antenna.
Oh, you do have a smile on there. Okay.
Yeah. See, I chose a dark color. Now you can't really like tell what.
Let me see if I can get a darker color. You know what? I'll choose the blue. Let me see how you have yours. Okay. All right, so I'm going to focus on my craft drawing here.
There we go. Now to get like more like our school centered kind of. I emailed you like the topic about like the new scheduling policy here at the high school. Could you describe what it's like or what it is?
Yeah. So did a lot of listening and did a lot of learning here in my new role at the high school. And from speaking with counselors and teachers and even students, one of the things that I heard is the high number of changes with student schedules at the start of the school year. So with a high number of changes, students entering and exiting, and in those first few weeks of the school year, so some of those changes occurring even in October, that they could be missing out on an entire unit of instruction. So a lot of disruption to student learning. So hearing that, we thought, what can we do about it? How can we preserve student learning that's not as disruptive? And we looked at schedule policies in the surrounding area with other school districts and really what those entailed. And what we noticed was that they had clear timelines. So that's how our policy came about and why we adopted a new policy. But the whole purpose of it is to minimize disruption, not have as many changes to student schedules, but still allow for changes that would be necessary. And that way, students don't miss out on learning. And also, if you think of that start of the school year, there's so much foundational work happening. Routines are being established, relationships are being established, and it's really just to make it a smooth start for everybody on day one.
I like that. I like that you guys were considering that possibility and to fix the schedule.
So I'm watching how you made this. I bet you're going to be a very good guide for me. So why don't you tell me exactly how I'm cutting?
So what you're going to do is you're going to just cut.
So I'm going to open it up.
Right in half.
Okay.
Yeah. And cut it right in half.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, these are kind of hard to cut. You might have to there you go. And then with that side, you're going to just cut until here and cut the little, a little strip off of it. Only because it gives you a little extra.
So straight up a strip or?
Yeah, straight up a strip, just enough to get some off.
Okay.
Because we don't want too big of wings.
So I need step-by-step instructions with crafts, so thank you.
And then fold that in half.
Fold this in half.
And just cut in between just so that they become two halves. So kind of fold it in half and right in between.
Cut it, okay.
Yeah.
So my daughter recently asked me for a crochet set.
Ooh.
It is very hard for someone that's not so crafty. I should bring it in here. Maybe you can show me how to do it so I can teach her how to crochet.
I wouldn't know how to do that. I would not.
But I give her kudos. I think it's great that she wants to learn. So I have to learn so I can show her. All right, so I'm going to do the same thing with this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you probably could just, cut a little piece off on that side too.
On which side?
Fold it. Cut the strip off.
Got it.
You could probably just do it like that and that'd probably be easier.
Okay.
There you go.
And then
in half.
And then in half.
What feedback have you heard so far from counselors or other staff members about the new scheduling policy?
Good feedback so far. I think that it helps, students know now. So, we shared it at class meetings. I know counselors shared it with students during scheduling meetings. But it helps students be more intentional on what they're selecting. And it gives our students an opportunity to explore all our opportunities. So we have our high school planning guide, we have our course catalog, and really just spending time exploring what we have to offer and making sure that their schedule matches their interests, not just choosing classes that your friends are in, but really making the most of your high school experience. So the feedback I've heard has been very positive.
Good. That's what I want to hear. That's what I want to hear. Because my sister's still going to be here next year, and she was like, I didn't know I had to solidify it by the end of the year. I thought I could change it if I didn't like a class or something like that.
So did it help her to know now what the timelines were? Good.
Because then it just makes it easier for her to okay, this is what I really want. And she has more time now to think about it before the year's up.
Right. And she'll be more intentional on what she's choosing. Did you give her some guidance?
Yes, I did. I gave her a lot. I was like, don't take this class. Take this one. Take that.
So I'm going to have to meet your sister. What's your sister's name?
Kara.
Kara. Okay.
She was just in my movie. She was the cowgirl.
Oh, that's your sister. Got it. Okay. I see the resemblance between the two of you. Okay.
See, if you say that to her, she's going to get upset. She doesn't like saying that we look alike, but I think we do. She just looks a little different.
Okay. I didn't say that, so you can cut that part out.
She's not going to watch this anyway. She doesn't like watching my stuff. She only watches her movie if she's in it.
Well, it sounds like the two of you have a very close relationship.
Yeah.
All right, so what's next?
Now
I have to color?
Yeah, we're going to color the wings.
Okay.
So choose whatever colors you want and just go with it. Now, we'll talk end of the year. So reflecting on the year, what would you say was your highlight or the most favorite thing that happened so far?
These are really good questions. It's really hard to choose just one highlight. The high school is such a busy place. There's so many happenings. There's so many events. There's so many celebrations. It's hard to choose one. But I love being at the big events. I love celebrating our students. We had an amazing musical this year. And I know, many sports achievements, of course. But I love the everyday moments. I get such a lift and energy from talking to our students. As I mentioned this morning, one of our students, she was really excited. She came to me telling me all about prom. It's up and coming, and hearing about students, college and career decisions. I was in a class recently, and students were really excited that they all passed their final exam. So the big events are special, but so are so many of those everyday moments.
Yeah.
How about you? Do you have a favorite moment for this year?
Honestly, it's probably like the same thing, but maybe like just the stuff we do in this class is always like the highlight of my day. Mm-hmm. Like I always have a lot of fun being around these weirdos, especially the one behind the camera and the teachers and the one that's side-eyeing me right now. But like, I don't know, we just have like such a family in this room that like being in here every day is always like the highlight of my day, and it brings my mood up.
You do.
I enjoy it.
I did include that in my answer, but you're reminding me because I love being in this class. Every time I come in here, there's so much energy. And I think I shared this with your class before. When I was your age, when I was in high school, I thought I wanted to be a news reporter. And I did the whole shadowing thing for the day. Obviously, it didn't turn out that way.
Yeah.
But I still recall that day, the start of the day, everyone gathered around in a room, and the director, producer, not sure of his title, but really directed making sure everyone had a news story that day that they had to produce. Mm-hmm. And you'd run out, capture the story, come back, write it, have you ready for 5 o'clock news. So when I come in here, it's so similar. It's like that real life experience. So it's pretty neat to see how real life it is in here. But I get the same thing. It's very community-like.
Mm-hmm. How do you feel you've grown as an administrator this year?
That's another great question. We're always learning and growing, right? Mm-hmm. And I think the key is to reflecting. And I've done a lot of reflecting this year. Of course, coming into a brand new school and working with new people, a lot of listening, a lot of learning, a lot of relationships that I'm proud to have built with our students and our staff and our admin team. Mm-hmm. So I think I've grown with learning all things high school, but also reflecting on, constantly looking at what are we doing well and what can we improve upon. So it's been a great experience, but I'm also looking forward to what's to come.
And I feel like just the transition from school to school just makes you because like you said earlier, the deeper conversations, it just makes you grow as a person, making those new connections every day.
Yeah, and I think it also helps to see the full picture, having a little bit more of a global view of seeing what we have here in our elementary schools and working with our elementary students and our elementary teachers and the hard work that they do, and then coming up to see that cohesiveness to the high school and how we build upon that. It's really neat to see, but I have to say, working with our teachers at the elementary building and then, of course, at the high school, we have so many talented teachers in the district. It's amazing. But I've appreciated and cherished all the relationships that I've established with everyone. So it's a great district, a great place to be in.
Mm-hmm. What would you say you're most proud of the year? Like your most proudest accomplishment that you, either yourself or that you think the school has made?
Proud accomplishment. Seeing I'd have to go back to seeing our students succeed, because I feel that there is success when I see our students thriving and our staff thriving, and that they are achieving success. So I think, it's hard to just define one single moment. But when we see our students perform on stage, or as I shared with you, I was in a class earlier and they're all excited to pass their final exam, seeing our students succeed, that is, I think, what fuels and motivates the work that we do. So it's hard to define it in one single moment, but being a part of it is really special.
And then what are you looking forward to next year?
You know what, Alannah, I have been so carried away with my conversation with you because you are such a great interviewer that I've lost focus of my beautiful craft here that I have to bring home to, because I am bringing this home, right?
Yeah.
And so I wasn't sure, we're not hanging it on the walls, and not at the high school. No. I'm teasing. But I will bring this home to my daughter. Angelina is her name. She'll be so excited when she sees this. So I'm sorry, what's your question?
Now I can't even remember because I was too busy in the conversation. Look at that. What are you looking forward to most next year?
Oh, I'd have to say building on this year. So I had an opportunity to learn from everyone and see a full year in play. So continuing to work with our teachers and continuing to support opportunities and enhance the work that we're already doing. A lot of great things happened this year. We've our new attendance policy, we've seen growth in that. More students are here, they're learning. I'm looking forward to our construction when our new Wetzel Road building opens for our CTE programs.
Yeah.
That's going to be super exciting. You'll have to come back and see it.
I'm definitely coming back for like the Christmas party that we did this year. We do it every year, so I'm going to come back for that.
That'll be really, really exciting. I have to say, being in so many different buildings in the area, what we have, the facilities we have, I think that are second to none. So I'm looking forward to all of that next year and then some. Now
kind of switching topics. Summertime, end of the
Yes,
year.
yes.
So do you have any summer plans this summer?
So we do. I have always had this dream of going to Italy.
Ooh.
So my mom's Italian, my dad's Italian, my grandparents are Italian, and I've never traveled abroad before. So we have our first international trip this summer. Yes, my family, we will be going to Italy. Be very hot. We'll be going in August. So very, very excited for that. Spent a lot of time planning it. But that will be a great experience, a great memory to be built with my family. I love summer. Mm-hmm. I know we talked about Florida. You were in Florida. I was in Florida at the same time. Yeah. I love the sun. I've never been a winter person. I've never been into winter sports, but I know what a place to live in. But I love the energy that you get from being in the sun. So just unplug a little bit. Still have to work. Yeah. But also a little bit of downtime, and but Italy, that'll be a great experience. How about you? What do you have planned?
It's a lot of like college prep and stuff with my mom and my dad, just like having to and also like a lot of like training program stuff because I'm doing like cross country and track over the school year next year. So just like a lot of like prep for next year.
So it'll be a busy summer.
Yeah, very busy.
So did you already share with everyone where you're going in the fall?
Yeah, I'm going to Oswego.
Oh, I went to Oswego.
You did?
Yeah, I did.
It's another one. Look at that.
Yes.
Okay, it's a good school.
It's a great school. You know what? I always tell everyone it's what you make of it. It's what you make of your experience. If you go out there and make the most of your experience and see all the opportunities that there are to offer, you control your destiny. So I think you'll love it. Do you like snow in winter? There's a lot of that.
Yeah.
Yep. But no, Oswego's a great place to be. So very excited for you. All right, so I'm watching you. I have to get my little...
Yeah, so you're just going to flip over the butterfly, add a little dollop.
Okay.
And then you're just going to add your wings.
All right, I'm going to darken some of my hearts up a little bit. So that's very exciting for you and your family. Mm-hmm.
My mom's really happy about it, though, because it's 45 minutes away.
Yeah.
So it makes her so much happier because I'm, like, right there.
She'll still miss you.
Yeah. And she goes, when your sister annoys me, I'm just going to send her up there. Is that okay?
Oh, your sister would love to come and visit you.
Yeah. She would love to, like, stay in my dorm for the weekend.
Oh, yeah?
And I'm going to have to, like, kick her out.
Do you have friends that do you know of anyone that's going to Oswego?
Sayla's going to Oswego.
Congratulations. Exciting.
And yeah, I have a couple other friends that are going as well.
Okay. So I hope to see you next year when we open up our new CTE building. And I want to hear all about your college experience.
Yeah.
You're going to shine.
Thank you. I think I have one more question. This one's kind of like a imaginative type of question, but if you could create the most perfect summer, what would you include in it?
Oh, sunshine every day. 80 degrees, preferably.
80 degrees. Ooh.
Yes. Love the sun. It's good for you. It rejuvenates you. It energizes you. The most perfect summer. I always like to do a little bit of learning. Every year, I always attend some type of professional workshop, just like students, teachers, and administrators. We like to learn and grow too.
Yeah.
So always a little bit of learning, and I just have to say, creating memories with my family. That's the most special. No matter where you are or what you're doing, spending time with the people that you love, that's what matters most. So I'd say, bless you. So I would say, bless you. I would have to say, sunny days, warm temperatures. Is this a butterfly that I made?
Yeah.
Maybe some butterflies in the air, and wonderful memories. Oh boy, hold on. Let me make sure I've got this glued. Well, okay. You did a very nice job.
Mine's a little crazy.
Well, so was mine. That's okay. All right, here we go.
Yeah, and you might have to
All
wash
right.
your hands. It's a little wet, so it might.
So off to summer.
Yeah,
Yes.
there we go. And that's the little butterflies we made.
Thanks so much for having me.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun.
This was a lot of fun. I might go home and kind of pretty up my butterfly a little bit. But I appreciate you having me. I appreciate the conversation. It was a lot of fun. And I can't wait to hear all about your year next
I'm
year.
going to let you know.
Good.
All right. Thank you. And that was the last episode of the Poolside Chat for this year. Thank you.